the song a little bit. This song actually says that if a nobleman heard the Jonfoli, he wouldn't be able to refuse it, but he can't get up and dance it because he's a noble, and that would be just beneath him, I guess. And so they actually use this comparison. The Sira la dege. Sira is this substance that comes from a certain leaf, and it's kind of bitter to a certain degree. And you would never put it in the dege. Dege is like oatmeal or porridge or something like that. And that thing would never go in the dege. And so these two things, the noble and the slave, don't belong together, just like the sira and the dege don't belong together. So that's how the song goes.
Será la de
sticking around and listening. It takes a special breed to sit through 2 hours after the drumming. So consider yourselves part of that special breed. What's next? Koreduga Foley. Koreduga. The Koreduga are the clowns, the jesters. They can be just anybody, and not just anybody can do it, but you wouldn't know who they are. There's no special marking or hairstyle or anything that they do that would give them away. But at a wedding, you would see one of them sort of pop up, or some kind of celebration. And they typically will go get like garbage and old dirty rags and old clothes that are torn and tie them all over their body and be like completely slovenly in every sort of way and just dance really oddly. And subsequently, it's the only, if any of you are into music theory at all, it's the only piece of music, not only, it's one of the very few pieces of music that they play that's in 9/8. And most everything else is in 12/8, common time and all that sort of thing. And this is one of the few things that they do in 9/8. And so it's really got this strange, weird feel to it, and the dance is sort of, you know, they fit. They go together really well, because the way they're dancing is sort of strange and weird, and so it's really nice. Koreduga Foley. Want to play with this? Whatever you draw with right now, sweet. Maybe Juliana can help you out with that. All right. What about that? All right. The Moribayassa. Moribayassa. Moribayassa is kind of, you don't hear it very often. It's not played. By the way, I spent a really long time there, so that's why I know how to do all this. It's not really, well, to some people it might be able to be picked up in a short period of time if you had the right teacher, but a lot of Africans aren't in the mode of, you're here today for 3 days, let me teach you as much as I possibly can. They're still in the mode of their apprentice that sits next to him for 15 years. And so if I don't get to something today, you're eventually going to get to it, so it's really no big deal, you know. But, you know, trying to get them to work on our time schedule and that sort of thing. So eventually I just had to stay there a long time so I could get through what I wanted to get through. But the Moribayassa you don't hear very often because it's this thing that, like, your husband comes home and says he lost his job. And you're like, oh, what am I going to do? He doesn't have a job. And so you go into your room and you pray and you say, if my husband finds a job, I'm going to dance the Moribayassa. And so now when he does, you have to go out into the street and you have to go find some drummers to come and play it, and you have to dance the Moribayassa. It's kind of a karmic thing. If you don't do it, you know, something bad's going to happen to you. And so they did. So you don't hear it very often because it's not like people are doing that all over the place. You know, it's got to be a really big thing for them to actually commit to doing that. So, so you don't hear it played all that often, but it's fun. We like to play it. And then we're going to go into a piece called Manjani at the end of that, and it's this crazy dance where these really big guys throw all these little tiny girls up into the air, and they have knives in their hands, and they're like tossing them with their forearms, these girls, and catching them with their forearms while these knives are in their hands, and they're juggling and doing all kinds of weird things, and it's intense, you know. So it's really old school too. This is a really old thing that they do. This Moribayassa also. Moribayassa is a really old rhythm back in the repertoire. You know, back 3, 4, and 5 centuries, back when they didn't even have these drums. They're still playing on calabashes, board drums, and things like that. And so these two things are kind of part of the old repertoire, as opposed to some of the other things we played this evening, or even developed in this century even. So. Moribayassa, huh? Kind of a special treat when you can play something so sort of funky and out there that you make your partner stir up. It's like
Got me.
it's part of the fun of it. So we're going to take a short little break and come back and do one more set, and then we'll be up. Thank you again. Oh, by the way, let me do some mention of this. I'll play 5 or 6 pieces for you, and let you go home. The first song we're going to sing actually is... The first song we're going to sing actually is... Are you leaving? Hi. I'll see you later. First song we're going to sing is a piece of music called Bara, and it's a very old piece of music for the Bambara. These instruments that we're playing here actually don't belong to the Bambara people. They're actually maninka and maraka instruments. But there's been so much blending of things that the Bambara play them also. But this song actually comes from music that's played on another set of drums that are played by the Bambara people, who got them from the Maraka, actually, and also they kind of stole them from them. So it's a lot of things are rooted in the Maraka ethnic group. But this song actually is, it's about Allah, about God. That's the Arabic word. And so since Islam has made its way into their culture so heavily, a lot of their traditional stuff has adopted Arabic and Islamic qualities. And so this song basically talks about God being with you on your path and that sort of thing. And it's really fun to sing, so we like to sing it.
Everybody can sing along too.
Yeah. Ala mone donana kuleni na kindala mone donana kuleni yakin walaiga mone donana kuleni na kindala mone donana kuleni yakin ala mone donana kuleni na kindala walaiga mone donana kuleni nankin ala mone donana kuleni nankin ala rogiayo aramaka rogiayo nino jarachela nino ni babira bare jarachela ni nene kuleni nankin ala walaiga mone donana kuleni nankin ala mone donana kuleni nankin ala mone donana kuleni nankin ala mone donana kuleni nankin walaiga mone donana kuleni nankin ala mone donana kuleni nankin ala rogiayo aramaka rogiayo nino jarachela nino ni babira bare jarachela ni nene kuleni nankin ala mone donana kuleni nankin walaiga mone donana kuleni nankin This is an interpretation of some music from a Bara ensemble, but on the vocal drums. A little bit different from this. We like to play it this way. So the Africans really kind of invented jazz, really. All of the music they play is sort of based on the same concept. You have people that carry some accompaniment part that provides the root of what we're playing, and you have some soloist that plays over the top of that. In some ensembles, you may have 2 or 3 different persons that play those on various instruments, whatever they may be. But it's essentially what jazz is. If you go into a club and see people and they've got their charts there and there's some basic groove on it and they're reading that and they're playing it, and some guy takes a solo and they all come back to the same groove, and it's really all it is. And so they've essentially invented jazz and have been playing it for centuries, and we've just got wind of it in the past 50 or 60 years and that sort of thing, you know. So, what are we going to play next? We're going to play, what comes next? Sunu? Sunu? Yeah. All right, Sunu. And this is my 4th favorite thing to play. So, this one's very fun. It's a little bit tough to get the exact feel of it. And, well, just to give you a small demonstration, the die-hard people that are still here, we'll give you a small demonstration of what this means. We played a rhythm earlier called danza, and we're going to actually play it again after this. And the same rhythmic hand pattern that we play inside of Sunu exists inside of danza also. And it's the same handing, same places in time, but they feel completely different. And inside of danza, it would be... Inside of Sunu, it's... And that very slight difference sort of escapes people quite often. And so if you hear this being played, you'll often hear this rhythm being played, but to an African it sounds like danza because of the way they make it feel. And it's not the notes they're playing and how the rhythm they're playing exactly, it's how they're making